My name is Alex. I have something called autism. I also have ADHD and high anxiety, which are all okay. Today I'm going to be talking about coping mechanisms that I use to help me at school, and they could also help you if you give them a go. I need coping mechanisms because at school and basically everywhere I can get really overwhelmed, and that can cause a meltdown, which I don't really want to do that publicly or anywhere or anytime. It's really horrible. Sitting still for a long period of time can make me overwhelmed. Often I just can't sit still and I'm fidgeting like in assemblies and that stuff. Sometimes getting awards, like if I don't get an award and like a lot of people do, I get really angry because I'm like, why didn't I get one? Am I not good enough? So that can happen a lot and that hurts. Lots of other people in the class can be really annoying, and that's tough. There are also some teachers that I don't like that are really strict, and I'm not good with strict teachers. They just don't work for me. It's not how I learn. Friendship can be hard because meeting new people is always a struggle because I don't know if they're gonna like me, I don't know how they're gonna act around me, and I don't know if they're gonna accept me for who I am. Writing can be hard sometimes because I either have so many ideas that I can't pick and it's just explosions in my head because I don't know what to do, and other times I'm just completely lost and I've got no ideas whatsoever. That is pretty tough. When I have to make decisions at school, that is pretty hard. I like making decisions because I want to be able to have choices in my life, but sometimes some decisions are just way too hard, and that can cause me to be overwhelmed. All of those things make me really anxious and overwhelmed, which, as I said, could cause a meltdown, and I don't want that to happen. So here are some of the coping mechanisms that I use. One of my first coping mechanisms that I used, me and my teacher came up with, was my red ball. I can take it out when I am getting stressed, and my teacher will see, like, this is alert, I'm getting stressed. That means I can go for a walk or go out of the classroom or do something that won't stress me out or will make me less stressed. I don't really use this one much more because of this new thing that I got, which is a timeout card. Basically, I use it to go to something called the Student Support Centre, and when I go there, the people there can help me with my work. If something is really stressing me out, help me find out a way that will make it easier for me to do it. I can go draw there, colour in, watch a movie, and there are just so many things that I can do there that's like calming, and all of the teachers there are like experts on helping kids that struggle. At any time if I get stressed, I can pull out this card, walk up to my teacher and show him. I can do it to any teacher, and usually they will understand and let me go. Sometimes they'll ask questions, which I don't really like because when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I need to go, like now, otherwise the teacher could cause me to explode, and yeah. So I prefer it when people don't ask questions when I bring it out, and that's what a lot of people do, which is good. I don't show my friends or anything, I just show the teacher, or if they were any senior students like prefects or stuff, I could bring this out and they could just tell me, like if they are in charge. For PE, I have this note, which I'm not going to show you because it has private information. I will pull that out to a teacher if PE is stressing me out too much, like, because winning is a big thing. I really love to win. I'm super competitive, so that can be hard. Like when our team is losing, I just get really overwhelmed. It basically says well, my name's Alex, I'm autistic, and I've got ADHD and high anxiety, and PE can stress me out, and if it's stressing me out too much, I don't have to do it, basically. It's from my psychiatrist, so because it's a, actual doctor's note, people will know that it's serious, so to respect that I don't have to do it, because I don't have to, and if I'm getting stressed, just show them this note and they will respect it. I show them this note also without just telling them that I don't want to do it, because it's so that they don't think I just don't want to do it and that I'm just like skipping it. When I'm not actually leaving the situation, I'll have other coping mechanisms, I'll have my putties and slimes and fiddly toys. I actually have a whole box in my teacher's cupboard that I can go to anytime that I brought in that has lots of stuff like ribbons and all different types of sensory things that I can play with and stuff in class to make the situation less overwhelming for me. When I'm listening to the teacher or I need to focus on something, I will often bring out some of that stuff to fiddle with, because that helps me concentrate. Quite recently, when I got overwhelmed, I don't know what was overwhelming me, but I got really, really overwhelmed. We went to the library, all of us, our class, and I was still overwhelmed by then, so I didn't know what was going on. I started pacing around the room. I sat in corners. I started pushing myself into all the corners, pacing around, and then my teacher asked me, what are you doing, Alex? And I just said, I'm just looking quietly. And then I walked around, and then he came up to me and he was like, Alex, what's going on? He said that quietly, and I said, I'm just overwhelmed. So he took me to the nurse. I lay in the nurse's bed. The nurse gave me a cup of water and this kind of blanket on my legs. It was a pretty heavy blanket. I don't think it was a weighted blanket, but it was just a heavy blanket. My teacher then brought my bag because it was the end of the day, and he also brought my book for me to read, and then I just stayed there until the bell rang and I went home, and I felt much better after that. I also can email my teacher if I don't want to go up to him and say it in person, because that can be hard for me sometimes. I can just email him to tell him okay, I'm not feeling very well, I'm overwhelmed, or I can tell him, look, maybe this is a new strategy we can use. I can just email him. That helps because we work with devices, and I can just bring out my device and email it, because we literally have our devices on us all the time, because that's our main working, useful thing. It's what we work on, basically. So I can just bring it out and just send him an email. If I were to give one main piece of advice, I'd say talk to your teacher. It helps so much. If you're too scared, get your parents to talk to your teacher, or just send them an email. It helps so much, because then you can find strategies that help you and your teacher so that it doesn't disrupt the class and it makes you feel better in school. Talk to your teacher, please. It helps so much, believe me. Even if your teacher is scary, he or she will understand. And it seems really, really, really hard for a person to do that, to talk to the teacher. Teachers are scary, but you just gotta try. And if you're just too scared, send him an email or tell your parents to talk to him, because it helps so much. It helps you, it helps him, it helps the class, it helps everyone. So if you talk to your teacher, you will find something that works for you, and just try. If you talk to your teacher, you can find really cool strategies like my red ball, like my box of putties and slimes and fidget stuff. Or you can find a card that says, okay, go to your student support centre. If you don't have a student support centre, just any quiet space like a library or, I don't know, anywhere that's quiet and nice and that it can stop you from being overwhelmed, and that really helps. Thanks for watching this video. I hope some of these could possibly help you. Anyway, thanks. Bye.